again. So we talked about this a little bit already about interacting with the people that like and comment on your posts. So that is a must. That is what you first do. I did that for probably a good year, my first year as a coach. Everybody that liked and everybody that commented on my posts, I would reach out to them. Now it has got to the point where I've already reached out to those people, and it's a little bit harder, so you have to dig a little bit deeper with the way that you reach out to people. But you should be able to do that within your first year as a coach. Make sure that your pages are not set on private. That's another thing, and that's a hard thing for a lot of people because I was private at first too, and I only had 200 and some friends on Facebook. So you need to make sure that all of your stuff is public. That's how you get yourself out there. So say somebody comments on one of your posts or somebody likes it, you just message them and you just start forming some sort of a relationship with them. And you tell them that you noticed that they liked this, or, you commented on this post. If maybe it was about health and fitness, you could say, hey, it looks like you're interested in fitness, and you can strike up your conversation that way. Or if it's another post, whatever your post was, just start up a conversation. It doesn't matter what it is, just start it up. They're not going to start it up with you, but they appreciate it when you start it up with them, because usually they are looking for something. Whether it be, your family post, maybe something to do with your job or something like that. Just pay attention and strike up those conversations with those people, because they are the easiest. That's something you should be doing daily. Another thing is to start liking and commenting on your friends' posts. It gets them to start paying attention to you. One thing that I do is you get everybody's birthdays every single day. I personally go and post on every single one of those people's birthdays and post on their timeline a happy birthday, or a little bit. I take it a little bit more than that sometimes, especially if it's somebody that I know. So that's something that I do every single day. Just brings their attention to me a little bit, especially if I've never talked to them before. Let's see. Of course, you don't want to talk about Beachbody right away. You're forming your relationship, you're forming your conversation with them, you're getting to know them, you're getting to know what they like to do, maybe what their job is, stuff like that. And you don't want to talk about Beachbody, because if you talk about Beachbody right away, then you're going to start being like this salesy person, and that's not what you want to do.
Right.
Maybe your first conversation, when we talk about inviting people, your first conversation is just to get to know them. And before you get off that conversation, if Beachbody is never brought up at all, maybe you can say, hey, would it be okay if I contact you at a later date? Or, hey, you say, hey, I don't know if you noticed it or not, but I'm a Beachbody coach and I have challenge groups, and you can talk about your challenge groups a little bit, and say, just wondering if you have any friends that may be interested in the challenge group, after you explain to them what the challenge group is. And lots of times that will be like, they'll be like, oh, I didn't know that's what you did. And they'll be interested in the challenge group at that point, plus maybe give you some people that may be interested. Karen, did you have something?
I do. My boss is here, so I'm going to have to get off.
Okay, it's all going to be recorded.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice to meet you, Other Janelle.
Nice to meet you. Have a good day.
They're coming to pick up my company car, so I'll talk to you later. All right.
See ya.
No, bye-bye.
All right. So anyway, like I said, if you didn't get any sort of a conversation about Beachbody and what you do at all, that is something that you can do. Just say, hey, I do these challenge groups, talk about them. Do you have anybody that might be interested in something like that with us? And talk about, you have enough experience with the challenge groups now that you know what they're all about, so you can talk about it. And like I said, that may spark their interest. Actually, I did that last week with a lady. just talking about her. Talking about who she is, and she's real sick and everything. And before we got off the conversation, I asked her, and told her what it was. And then all of a sudden she was like, oh, I didn't know you did that, And then we got to talking about everything that I did. It's okay to start talking about what you do as a Beachbody coach, but you always want to make sure that you draw that attention back to them at some point, because you want it to be about them. You want to be interested in them, not all about you. I'm going off my notes, so if you see me looking over, that's what I'm doing. I don't want to forget anything. There's so much. Let's see. It's all about small talk. And like I said, it's not easy for a lot of people, but once you get used to it, it works out good. And that's where you go in and start commenting on people's posts and paying attention to people's pages, finding some similarities or interests that you have that's the same as somebody else. I make it a point. Yes, you're going to reach out to a lot of your people that you already know in the beginning, but now I'm to the point that I make it a point to reach out to complete strangers and comment on their posts and try to strike up conversations with those people. And that's how I have grown my business and how I have gotten the team that I have. Most of my coaches on my team I've never met before in my life. And it's all because I reached out to them in some way or, some way. Let's see, we talked about that. Again, even if your conversation doesn't feel like it's going towards Beachbody, it's okay, because you can start up that conversation again, the next day, ask them how they're doing or whatever. Just keep that conversation going, and it's eventually going to get there. Or they're going to start, they're now intrigued with what you're doing. They're going to start, you know how you are. If you start talking to somebody or you sign up to be friends with somebody on Facebook, what do you immediately go and do? Look at their Facebook page and see what they're doing and find out who they are. And that's what they're going to do with you. So you may not have necessarily talked about Beachbody at all, but they're going to turn right back around and go look at your page. And then they're going to find out what you're doing, and they're probably going to come ask you about it, or at some point you'll be able to get in there and start talking about Beachbody and what you do. Let's see. I've got to the point now where I ask for referrals, like my 7-day clean eating group. Anybody that signs up for the 7-day clean eating group, I ask them to refer 5 friends to the group. Those 5 friends may never contact me, but it does work sometimes. So if you can get in the habit of asking for referrals from friends, families, it'll also grow you very easily and quickly. The main thing is to, as we talked about earlier, to be a successful Beachbody coach, to have a successful business, you have to have consistency and start these conversations every day. Invite people to your challenge groups every single day. I know this because I've experienced it myself here just recently when I got busy at work. I would consistently invite people every single day, and I did that for months and months and months. And I always had people in the back burner for the next month for challenge groups. They may not join right then at that time, but they were always there. I always had people that I had talked to before that would eventually come in when they're ready. Well, a couple months ago, I got so busy at work, I wasn't able to get my invites out for at least 2 months. And it didn't hurt me because my team was grown and I still had it coming in. But what it did hurt was those people that would come in that I had talked to before to come into the challenge groups. So, for example, everything that you do today might not necessarily happen today. It might not necessarily happen next week. But what I do today will help me out a couple months down the road, if that makes any sense.
Absolute sense.
So that's why it's important to consistently do those same things every single day, because what you do today is going to help you out tomorrow. And that's where it's hurt me, is my dead months there that I was so busy at work and home that I couldn't get my invites out. Now I'm sitting here today as if I'm starting all over. I'm not, but it is as if I'm starting all over because I don't have that fallback. I noticed I keep a list every time I strike up a conversation with somebody, every time I invite somebody to my challenge group, I will make a list of everybody I've talked to, where I'm at with the conversation. That way I've got something to keep me doing my follow-ups and be organized. I'm a very organized person. Beachbody has in the back office something that you can print off. You can use there, so you can write these names down, these contacts down, or you can make your own. I made my own in Excel, and that's how I kept up with it until I lost it. My thumb drive broke. And I lost it all, could not get all that information. I also have used Google Streets. I don't know if do you have Gmail or do you have Yahoo?
I have Gmail.
So that's good because Google Streets is through Gmail. If you go to my YouTube channel, I put out a video months ago that shows you how to use Google Streets, and it's a good way to keep yourself organized. It's a good way to show where you're at in the process of inviting and striking up those conversations. It also allows you to schedule in there where you're going to be at, when you should be starting that next conversation, what phase you're at. And when you grow your team, it's going to be a good way for you to keep up with all of your coaches too. I did a separate sheet for coaches that shows me where my coaches are at in the business. But you can go to my YouTube channel and it'll be there. It's called Google Streets, and you can develop something there. First starting out, the one in Beachbody is fairly simple to follow, but the key is to keep going with these conversations. You don't want to stop. Once you strike up a conversation, you want to keep going and follow through. Something I did, and I still do to this day, I may have invited somebody to a challenge group months and months and months ago. Every other month or every 2 months, I will go back to those people that I've talked to before and just check in with them, whether they went a different way, going to the gym or starting another program, or even if they weren't going to do anything. I still go back and say, hey, how are you? I wanted to see how you are, where you're at with your progress. I know you went to go do, I don't know, say a jazzercise class or something, or you did It Works or Plexus or something like that. Just wanted to check in and see how you're doing. I have gained so many customers that way because it didn't work for them, because it's a quick fix, as we know. It didn't work, and then they're ready to join me. Or I've had several people that I've reached out to before. They've never talked to me. They ignored my message to them. But a couple months down the road, I'll get this message that says, I know you sent me that message months ago. I just wasn't ready. I paid attention to your posts. I kept seeing you. You were very encouraging and motivating. Your posts you were putting out there every single day. I need your help. It happens all the time. So the key is to follow up as well. And that's why you want that list to keep you going. Okay. Again, the more you do it, the more comfortable it will come to you. It will. Just like this webinar that we're doing, you'll start doing these eventually. It's just, I'm going off notes right now because I've done them, but I haven't done them enough. And so I would say that I'm not comfortable with them yet, but I'm going to get to that point where I don't have to use notes, hopefully, keeping my fingers crossed. So you see, I'm there too. It will come. You just have to force yourself to do those things that you're not comfortable with, so you will get comfortable with them. It's like anything, riding a bike. You keep trying riding your bike until you get used to it, right? That's the same thing with inviting and doing these sort of things as well. As you've probably heard of Success Club, right? I hope.
I'm trying to think.
That's okay. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Success Club. As a coach, Success Club is where you sell a challenge pack and you earn 2 Success Club points. With the new on-demand all access, you're getting 3 Success Club points. When somebody orders Shakeology auto ship, you get 1 Success Club point. So your goal as a coach every single month should be to hit Success Club 5 at least. And, you know, you sell 3 challenge packs. You've already got Success Club 6. If you sell the 2 of the all access on demand, you've got 6 points already. And of course you get it for the Shakeology as well. So it's easy to get. And when you're hitting Success Club, that means that you are growing your business. So it's very important to hit Success Club for that reason alone. That means that you are talking to people, you're building your business, and you're hitting those goals of helping people. So it's very important to get Success Club 5 every single month. Typically, you want to sell the challenge packs and not the programs, not just because of the Success Club 5, though it is important to us. You want to do it because health and nutrition and exercise all go hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I mean, that's why it's a lot better to sell the challenge pack versus just the programs, because the Shakeology needs to be in there, because nutrition is part of what you're doing every single day, and that's what's going to help you. If you don't know enough about Shakeology yet, there is so much information in the back office to teach you about Shakeology. If somebody says no about Shakeology, it gives you things that you can use to help you get through those no's. I know in the Coach Basics group as well, we put stuff in there to help you get through some of those no's as well. So when you can get into the back office, get in there, because there is a wealth of knowledge in that back office. And it'll teach you about every single program. It'll teach you about the Shakeology. So that's why typically we try to sell the challenge packs, because it is important to do it all together in one. Let's see. You know that Shakeology, the best thing you can do is tell somebody to sign up for auto ship. You get that Success Club point, but also because it's cheaper.
Yes.
So you do know that.
Yes.
Cancel it at any time is what I tell them. It's always, I'm all about saving money and getting the best deal. So I always bring that up to them. And I always tell people to please just try it for 30 days, because you really notice a difference in the first couple weeks with Shakeology. I don't know how it was for you, but that's how it was for me.
It was for me too. Yes.
So I
Absolutely.
always tell everybody, try it for 30 days. Plus you got your 30-day money back guarantee too. So you can't lose. Now, of course, we talked about being the product of the product, and Shakeology is in there. You need to talk about your experience with Shakeology, whatever it was. You know, maybe like my experience with Shakeology was, you know, it was really expensive, you know, so I didn't do it at first. But then I wanted to lose weight. It was very important for me to do this and do it right. In fact, I started Insanity without Shakeology, and I got 2 weeks in, and then I just read up on Shakeology and what it was, and I thought, you know, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it right. So I ordered Shakeology regardless of how much it costs. I signed up as a coach to get the discount. That is another thing that you always want to talk about with people. You can cancel your coach membership at any time. You can be a discount coach, and you don't have any obligations as a coach. You simply just enjoy the discount, which is what I did at first. So I ordered the Shakeology. I started Insanity all over because I was going to do it right. I was bound and determined to do it the right way. And then I did it. You know, I was having problems sleeping for probably about 6-7 months, and I started doing the Shakeology. That helped me with my sleeping, and of course, it helps with your cravings. My energy level was so much better. I was in bed with my daughter every single night, and I was falling asleep while I was in there waiting for her to go to sleep. But then when I started drinking Shakeology, I could sit there and do my Beachbody stuff in there with her without falling asleep anymore. So that was something else that Shakeology did for me. And now I can go even further than that. And my other half never did Shakeology. Always used to pick on me about Shakeology. Well, he had some health issues come up, and he started asking about Shakeology. Well, now he's been drinking Shakeology every day for a year now. Gone back to the doctors, and the doctors are more than impressed with what it has done for him and what, his issues he's got. So you talking about you and all the experiences you have with Shakeology or any of the Beachbody programs is very important. That's what people want to hear. That's what people want to relate to more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, moving on. Of course, we talked about you get the 2 points from the challenge pack, Success Club points. You get 3 with the all access, 1 for the Shakeology auto ship. Let's see, and like I said, that shows that you're moving your business forward every single month. The other thing is the commission and the compound. That's another book, Compound Effect. Did I tell you about that one?
No.
That's another good book. When you make sure that you get Success Club 5 every single month, that means you're helping at least 3 people every single month. They order a challenge pack, and this is where the commission comes into play. And this is going to be you growing your business too. You help 3 people every single month. Of course, you want to aim for more, but if you help at least 3 people and get Success Club 5 every single month, your next month, those people that you got will have their auto shipment of Shakeology coming in, so you're getting your commission on them. Then you're also going to get your 3 new people in for that month. So now you've got commission coming in off your new ones, and you've got your commission coming in on your auto ships that are coming out. So you move on to the next month. Now you've got your commission coming in off your 2 prior months, and you've got your 3 new people. You see how it starts to keep building your commission? And people fall off. You get used to it. Of course, you contact people and you ask them if everything's okay, what their issues are. I always do that before they totally fall off. Most of the time it's because of money. Sometimes it's because they don't like it, and it's because they're not mixing it correctly most of the time. But that's another reason why you want to consistently keep going every single day. Each month have these same goals, because people do fall off, and then you still got it to keep coming in. So that's another important reason why you would want to hit Success Club 5 at least every single month. We make it non-negotiable as coaches. You do. You really do. It's just something I have to have it. You make it non-negotiable. Let's see. And then once you start getting people every single month, you're going to get those customer success stories. That is one thing that I have not done yet. I need to put all of my success stories from my challengers into a Word document and put it on my blog, because that's what people want to see too, is that your challenge groups are successful. And if you're inviting and you're getting people in on your challenge groups every single day, then that means that they're going to be able to see your success stories, and they're going to be drawn to your groups because they're seeing success. So that's another good reason to keep hitting Success Club and do your challenge groups. Let's see. The other good thing about Success Club is the Success Club trips, which are pretty awesome. I went to my very first cruise last year. It was all paid for by earning Success Club every single month. In the month of January is when you sign up for the next year's Success Club trip. And it's actually, your heart gets to racing so much, because they'll pick the day unless you're a top coach, an elite coach, a premier coach, you have specific days set up, then you don't have to stress as much. But if you're a lower coach like we are, you have to get on the computer, and when they say register, you get in there and you're like in a hurry to register and try to get that spot so you're not on the waiting list. Now, the first year I was on the waiting list, which is not a big deal. The way you come off the waiting list is to get Success Club every single month. Every month that you get Success Club and you're on that waiting list for that Success Club trip, and say somebody else didn't get Success Club for that month, you bump in front of them.
Okay.
And so that's something to think about. You won't be on the waiting list very long if you keep hitting Success Club, because people don't always hit. So they, you know, it's all a good plan, but they don't always follow through. So that's not a bad thing. So I got off the waiting list, and I was able to go to the cruise. Like I said, it was all paid for. Each month you earn Success Club, you get money from those points. They give you a certain amount of money towards the Success Club trip with the amount of Success Club points that you earned. So that's how you earn your money for the Success Club trip. And in January, they double it.
Oh.
You earn double the money. Yeah. So your trip can be paid for right away. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes it'll take all year, but sometimes it won't if you're hitting Success Club. So you got that. And then also I earned $600 last year toward just whatever I wanted to for the trip, because I signed on at least 12 coaches and hit Success Club every single month the prior year. So that was $600 in my pocket for the trip. So there's just another incentive to keep going with Success Club every single month. And then I'm checking our time because I'm hoping it'll tell me when my time is up again. But anyway, you get prizes every single month. Beachbody gives you stuff every single month. Sometimes it's personal development. We've gotten a Monopoly game that says Beachbody all over it. You get shirts. You get we've gotten a Beachbody mat. And Beachbody will tell you what they're giving away every single month for Success Club prizes. And if you hit Success Club 5, you get whatever that prize is for the month. And it's nice because sometimes you can use it. A lot of coaches also use it for giveaways in the challenge groups too. So that's another reason to hit Success Club every single month.
Okay.
Let's see. Personal volume is another thing we need to talk about. To be an active coach, you have to order 50 PV every single month to stay active as a coach. Your Shakeology is 90 PV. So most of the time, coaches just get the Shakeology auto ship every month and you're taken care of. If you don't get 50 PV, that will hurt, and you're an Emerald coach, that's going to hurt you. So it's important to make sure that you get that 50 PV. It doesn't have to be Shakeology. There are several things in there. When you go to the shop in there, you will see PV written next to the amounts. And that's what you're looking at, that's the personal volume amount. It'll tell you how much volume it is with each product that you get. Clothing doesn't have personal volume, Beachbody clothing. But it is important that as a coach to be active, to get 50 PV every single month. Shakeology is the easiest way, like I said. So let's see. And another thing is with the 50 PV, look at my free meeting is done in 10 minutes. Look at this, we're going to go through this again. But that's okay because we're getting there. With the 50 PV, it also shows that you believe in what you're doing. You know, you like what you do, and that's just another added bonus for you as a coach, and that's why it's important to get the 50 PV as well. You care about it, and it goes along with being the product of the product, because that's what we are, that's what we do. Let's see. You'll learn this later, but the 50 PV is also important, as I said a minute ago, when you become an Emerald coach, because you get cycle bonuses as you grow your team. And you'll learn about that later. Each time your team, you'll have a right and a left leg. Each time your team gets PV, it goes into your team PV amount as a total. And if you're not hitting 50 PV as a coach every single month, you won't get those cycle bonuses that we'll talk about here in just a minute. So it's important that you do get that 50 PV every single month. Plus you wouldn't get the prizes with the Success Club 5 and all that as well. So let's see. So, okay, you're not an Emerald coach yet, right?
No.
That's okay. Emerald, my dogs are going to start barking for some reason. Somebody squealed their tires out front, so hopefully they won't. But anyway, I always help my coaches get Emerald in their first month as a coach. The importance of getting Emerald right away is because you start getting customer leads. What that is every time somebody orders off infomercials, anytime anybody orders off Beachbody websites that do not have a coach, they will divvy those people out to other coaches that are Emerald coaches and get SE5 every single month. They're free customers. They already know about Shakeology. They already know about Beachbody, and we just have to help them along. So that's one reason why you want to become an Emerald coach, is to get those customer leads. What Emerald coach is a coach on your right leg, like I said, and a coach on your left leg. I always tell my coaches to find people that you're closest to, maybe husbands, boyfriends, brothers, sisters, moms, dads, anybody like that would sign on as a coach to get you to Emerald. You want those people closest to you as you grow your team, because as you grow your team, you say you sign up your husband on your right leg and you sign on your sister on your left leg. Anybody that you sign up after that as a coach starts to go underneath them. And as they start building their team, they're going to reap the benefits of their volume and their team. So it's important to have those kind of people on top up there with you. So as you grow, they can get the cycle bonuses and earn money that way. I don't have a for example for that, but I have, I can never remember names right now. There's another coach that she didn't sign up her boyfriend or her husband, whoever it was, until several months down the road, where he could have been making thousands of dollars being up top. Now he's down several rows down, and he could be reaping the benefits of those thousands of dollars, but he's not, because she didn't sign him up till later.
Oh, okay.
So it's important to have those people closest to you up front. Plus, it'll get you to Emerald in your first month, which is what you want to do, is rank advance as much as you can. Let's see. Plus, you become a business starter when you get to Emerald, which is good. It's a good recognition. We talked about that. Okay, let's talk about the volume and the cycling just a little bit. We've talked about a coach being on your left leg. We've talked about a coach being on your right leg. And we're going to talk about the cycling that goes with it. Now, the Beachbody pays you these cycling bonuses. So the way to think of it is every time that your coaches, your customers, anybody buys anything, you earn volume off of that. I don't know if you've had the chance to have anybody order anything off you yet to see that, but you will see in your back office, it shows you a right leg and a left leg, and it talks about volume, it talks about team volume, and it also has your volume. So the way it works is you think of it as a ratio. It's a 2-to-1 ratio. If you get 200 on your right side, you get 400 volume, I'm talking about, on your left side. You are going to cycle one time. What that means is When you're an Emerald coach, I believe you get let's see, I wrote it down here somewhere. Yes, as an Emerald coach, you get $14 every time you cycle. As a Diamond coach, or excuse me, as a Ruby coach, you get $16 every time you cycle. As a Diamond and above, you get $18 every time you cycle. You can cycle several times throughout the day, as long as you're hitting that 2 to 400 ratio. So say that you got 200 on your right leg, you got 400 on your left leg, you're going to cycle one time. That's $18 in your pocket. Or if you're a Diamond coach, if you're an Emerald coach, you get $14. So then say your team and you get another 200 on your right side, and you get another 200 on your left side. You've now cycled 2 times, so you get $14 times 2. So it really adds up. You get, say you grow your team and you get, let's do 800 on one side, and you get 600 on the other side. You've now cycled 4 times. So you do your 14 times 4, and you see how it starts to add up. And that's the bonuses that Beachbody gives you. And once you start growing your team and you start getting that volume, that number keeps going up and up. And I've seen top coaches with their back office up on these webinars, and they get 5,000 in team volume.
Wow.
So I mean, you look at that, they're getting $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 a week just in cycle bonuses.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's why it's so important to keep growing your team, so you can get those cycle bonus, because they add up. I mean, you look at me as a Diamond, and I get 18 times 3 or 18 times 4. That's almost $100 a week. And that's just by what your team is doing. And that's why it's important to grow.
Okay.
So anyway, we were talking about the cycling and how important it is to cycle. And the faster that you grow your team and you start to cycle, the better it's going to be for you, because of course you've got more money coming in and you're more set for down the road as well. I know we talked about, how important it is to get family and maybe your spouses or your boyfriends in there. And I know that you're thinking, oh my gosh, everybody does. It's more money because you have to get the challenge pack and all that. But really, in all reality, it's not when you think of it this way. You get the challenge pack, and it's actually going to make you money, to be honest with you. And the way it's going to is because if you get the challenge pack, or excuse me, the Shakeology packets, you're going to be able to start selling those as samples to people. So you're going to make your money back there. You sell the packets of Shakeology for $5. So you are getting your money back that way. You don't want to ever give them away, because then you're going to lose money. So say there's 24 packets in the box, $5 a packet, it's $120 right there. And your challenge pack is $140 usually. Plus, as you signing on as somebody as a coach, you get $40, $50 as a fast pass bonus. Every time that you sign somebody on as a coach, you get that. So you're making $120 off your packets, and then you're making that $40 or $50 as the fast start sign-on bonus. Now you've gone past your $140 that you spent on your challenge pack, and you're actually making money off sending or off signing on your spouse or somebody as a coach. So you're not losing money that way.
Okay.
You can give them away, as prizes in your groups and stuff like that. It's okay to do it every now and then, but you don't want to get in the habit of it because of that. You don't want to be out any money. Volume starts over every Thursday of every week, just like you get paid every Thursday of every week. If you have not gone in there to the back office and set it up for you to get, if you go to the back office and you go to the business tab, you go all the way down to the bottom of the business tab, it says EBT on it. Set yourself up for your paychecks to go automatically to your checking account, because if they mail you a check, it takes longer to get there and they charge you $2 to print that check.
Okay.
So it's easier to set it up into your checking account and you get paid every Thursday. When you're building your team, you want to build your team on the outside leg. And you will see, boy, now my computer wants to die. It's not my day. But anyway, make sure you're building on your outside, because your outside is where you're going to put your spouse onto as well. And you want them to be able to reap the volume off it too. So make sure you build always on your outside leg. When you start getting your coaches, you're going to be able to start seeing this little tree form in your back office, and you're going to be able to see what the outside leg is. Find out from your coach what your strong leg is too. You have a strong leg, you have a weak leg. Your strong leg is going to be what we talked about with our spouses a little while ago. You were signed up either on your coach's right leg or left leg. Whatever leg you are signed up on, anytime that your upline coach, which is Brooke, signs on a coach after you on whatever side you're on, let's say that you're on her right leg. I don't know what you are without looking. Every time she signs on a coach now on her right leg, if you go into your back office, you will see this too. If she signed on coaches after you since then, you will see that you're going to start earning volume from those people that are under you that she signed up on the right leg. And I'm trying to think if she has. If you don't see it, she hasn't yet. So I'll explain it again, because I know it's a little confusing. Say you're on her right leg. She signs you up as a coach, and then tomorrow she signs on another coach on her right leg. That coach goes underneath you. Every time that coach sells something or grows their team to make personal volume, you get a chunk of that volume, because you are above them.
Oh, okay.
Every time, I got to plug my computer in. I walk with it. Every time they sign on somebody as a coach or earn volume, you get a piece of that volume. And it just keeps adding up. So you see why it's important to have your spouse or your boyfriend or whoever you have signed up in the beginning, so that way they reap those volumes and can start cycling as well off that volume. So that's why you need to find out what leg you are on for her, because you want to place your spouse or your coaches according to that, because you're going to start earning more volume. You got to keep your right leg and your left leg even as much as you can, because you want to earn that cycle bonus. So you're going to want to pay attention to which one's your strong leg, which one's your weak leg with the volume, so you get those cycle bonuses. Your strong leg is going to be the one that your upline works a lot for you. You're going to have to pay attention to your weak leg an awful lot too. So that's the importance of signing on, your family members, your spouse, whatever, to start you out. Let's see. Always remember that when you're doing your challenge groups, we always do the challenge groups, because that's how you get your coaches, that's how you get your customers, and you start seeing this in your challenge groups. So always remember, your customers make great coaches, and that's where you start building. They may not necessarily bring it up you may get in there and say, hey, I see you're real active in the challenge group, posting every single day. You're already doing exactly what I do as a coach. You're just not getting paid for it. Tell them they would make a great coach because they're already doing this, and this is what we do. That's how you get your coaches from your challenge groups. There are a lot of top coaches. I don't do this, but I learned this at the summit that I went to, my first one 2 years ago. A lot of top coaches will, when people order a challenge pack, they sign them up as a coach right then and there to get that discount. And it's a must. They don't make it an option. So that's why they've grown their team so quickly. So that's, it's your business. You do what you want. And I understand why they're doing it, but I don't find it that easy sometimes. And it's just totally up to you what you want to do. I don't make anybody on our team do anything by themselves. I'll do everything for you to a certain point, other than I can't grow your business. I'll do the challenge groups. I'll do all the coach stuff because that's what I'm doing. But at some point, you'll want to break off, maybe get you a partner and start running your own challenge groups. They've come out with this My Challenge Tracker app, which is amazing. I love it. It's perfect for these challenge groups. They did a good job. The top coaches actually developed this challenge tracker app with Beachbody because they had the challenge groups before, so they knew what to look for. So eventually you will, when you get challengers, you can put them in our challenge groups until you're ready. But what I do require is, if you do add challengers in the challenge groups, make sure that you're communicating with your challengers. We do too, because it's just in our nature, but you need to make sure that you start stepping up as a coach, as their mentor, and start posting in there as well until you're ready to do your own challenge groups. But that's basically it. I know this is a lot of information. I totally understand, like we talked about before, it can be overwhelming. But seriously, if you look at all the top coaches out there, you know what I mean? If they can do it, we can do it. There's a lot of things that we can do together. So some things for you to think about. How you can get yourself to Emerald. I know you've been a coach for a little while now, but it's not too late. It's something you can start now. Find a way for you to get to Emerald. Coach on your right, coach on your left. I do have a group that we can do 10 days to Emerald as well. I have those that will help you get to Emerald as well. Another thing I have is, if you get people that you talk to that aren't sure about coaching, I have a 5-day sneak peek into coaching group that I can do. What that is, and I've already got the videos on my YouTube channel. You can go in and look at them if you want to. Again, I got those ideas from other coaches, top coaches that did this, but it's a 5-day group. And I post a video for 5 days every single day talking about what a Beachbody coach is, what the benefits are, what you do as a coach. You can always do a group like that, or I can hold it. We also can do a coach opportunity call, where it is you create an event on Facebook, and it's like an hour long. And anybody that you ever talk to about coaching, anybody that might be interested in coaching, you can send them to this event, and it's an hour long, and we post videos and we talk about coaching. It's kind of like a question asking time too. We can do something like that. But anyway, back to your goals, of course, getting to Emerald. You want to rank advance as much as you can. The way you rank advance is growing your team as well. All of that is in the back office as well to see. It'll tell you how many coaches you have to have on your right, how many coaches you have to have on your left to rank advance, how many coaches you have to have Emerald on your left leg, and then how many coaches you have to have regular coaches underneath you to make it to Diamond. All of that is in the back office. You just go to that training tab and you'll see it there. Go to the library and it's all there for you. Of course, hitting Success Club 5 every single month should be non-negotiable. And the way to do that is to make sure that you set up your power hour every single day. Find an hour or more out of your day to personally strike up 5 new conversations. Those 5 new conversations will then turn into being able to invite them to challenge groups. So every single day, once you start going, say you started tomorrow, you're going to start 5 conversations tomorrow with 5 people. Then the next day, you're going to continue on those conversations with those 5 people. You're going to start 5 new conversations. And also with those people, you're going to invite. And you see how the pattern goes of things that you will do during your power hour? We use our power hour for that, for inviting and also checking in with challengers and doing nothing but Beachbody stuff during that power hour. If you commit to 1 hour a day, you will be able to grow your business in no time. You really will. I want to say it's easy. I know nothing seems easy at this point for you because you're new, but the consistency is the key, and keep doing it every single day. And that's basically it. And of course, I'm here, Brooke's here. We're still learning with you. Any questions, we'll have that. You're already in the Coach Basics groups. They're the Coach Basics group. So, I have them again in every first Monday of the month. So if you feel like you as a person need to get in on another one, tell me, and I'll get you in on the next one too, especially after you've gone through this and you've gone through the back office. You may want to go through another one. And they're designed to have more activity in there. There hasn't been much activity in this group, and that's what makes me think that you guys are getting overwhelmed. So that's why I wanted you to know that I will have another one. I have a couple new coaches that have signed on, so there'll be some more people in the next group as well if you want to be in on that one. Do you have any questions?
No, I think you hit like a lot of it, and you just broke it down into the simpler things. Because I did go back into the back office, and when you said the Success Club, I did go look at that when I had first joined on, and I was trying to look into different things, and I got so overwhelmed and confusing, and I couldn't follow. So this just made it so much easier. And going as you were talking, and oh yes, I do remember seeing that, and okay, now that makes sense. Now I understand this. Oh, okay, this is what this means.
Oh, good. So, that makes me so happy because this is the first time I have done this call, and that makes me happy. So, did I put it off? Okay.
Yes, you did, because you broke